We're on in 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, Paisan?
Thanks for everyone coming tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for another great draft. Appreciate everyone making this their number one league.
And with Kamish's toast, it is the official sign of the new season kicking off. And you know what? That's one of the best days of the year for me. We're getting everybody together, we're getting drunk, and most importantly, you're getting your roster assembled for the season. So now after the draft, everyone's roster is assembled. All the coaches go to a VIP after party. Unfortunately, we didn't get access to the party. I stood outside the venue and I waited for these coaches to come outside, get a quick interview with them, see how they felt about how the draft went, how they feel about their new team. And honestly, we got some good footage. So let's roll that stuff. Let's go coach by coach. We'll go in order of the draft. Let's play the clips, starting with Jude at the number 1 spot. Okay, so not every year do you get the number 1 pick, but when you do, you got to make the best of it. I am with the number 1 pick in the What's Up Hendry League.
Number 1,
Dude,
baby.
how'd the draft go from number 1?
Draft, kind of shit the bed a little bit. But I made up for it later on. Drew Brees, pretty nice late steal. I'm very confident in this team.
There you have it from number 1. That's
one.
Jude.
Number 1.
Okay, I'm not the most confident coach, but the next guy up clearly is. Every league has a villain. I'm standing here with ours. Rob Kerrins, why did this draft go so well for you tonight?
Oh, come on. I mean, this draft went perfect for dead or alive.
Give it off.
Rob Kerrins, you're out next year. I've had enough. You're done. On to the next one.
Depth at running backs, depth at wide receivers, breakout tight end and Greg Olsen, Eli Manning with OTB to throw to, a healthy Victor Cruz. It's going to be a great year for dead or alive.
3 Super Bowl appearances, looking for a 4th.
Looking forward to having Pete in the league next year.
Well said, Brad. Now let's go to the coach of the coachums via Coach Cam.
Last time I was not at the draft, I won it all. I won it all.
Short, sweet, and direct. Let's see what Cess says at 4. Yeah, I think this draft went pretty good for me. You know, I was thinking going running back about a week before the draft. I ended up taking a wide receiver, a wide receiver, a wide receiver, and a wide receiver with my first 4 picks. And I just have a very exciting team that I think can put up a lot of points. So, honestly, my running backs suck. But I think I got a good team. Okay, optimistic. Let's go to number 5, Swikata and Steve, our first duo draft of the night. We have never had a winless team before in fantasy football. Coming into 2015, I present to you the only winless team in history, Kevin and now Steve, the managers of the new team. Guys, tell us what happened in the draft.
Well, let me just start with last year. You know what? I made some crucial mistakes in the draft. I knew things needed to be changed. You know, Steve and I, we had a great relationship previously. Fell apart, but we're back. You know, we hashed out our differences, and then I brought him back. He's now the COO of Steve-less Jobs.
Looking forward to it.
All right, so Steve, maybe tell us some about the players that you drafted.
Really excited about getting Marshall Lynch in the first round. Locking down that number 1 running back was key for us, and we did that. And then from there, I think Kevin could talk to it. We definitely locked up Cobb, we wanted to get one of the Green Bay wide receivers. We did that, and we got Alfred Morris. And I think Kevin could speak to it a little bit more. But
I think the big thing there is that I think we're the only team in the entire league that has an undisputed core running back team, number 1 and number 2.
Yep.
Alfred Morris,
No
Marshawn Lynch,
backups.
they're not going
No
anywhere.
handcuffs.
They're going to be your number 1 all throughout the season, barring any injuries.
Okay.
We're good.
yeah.
All right, there you have it. Confidence is nice, but the Chinese calendar shows it's the year of the Liger. Okay, so the draft is over, and possibly nobody does more studying in the offseason than Andrew Iger. We have him here live. Iger, tell us how you feel about your draft.
You know what, Dan? I'm feeling real good after that draft. It's hard not to when you have 3 picks in the top 18. You know, I tried to be a little safe early on, maybe take a couple of risks later with Arian in the 7th. You never know what's going to happen there. But overall, I feel like we got a real deep team. Year of the Liger, let's go.
There you have it, folks. Year of the Liger. Ike's team is good. Could win some money soon. Now, Zach, he's on his honeymoon. So the draft is hard enough. It's even harder when you're not at it, so you hire somebody else. Drafting for Zach tonight, Mark, take us through the draft, why you like your team.
Well, first of all, I'm not just drafting for Zach. Zach and I are splitting this team. We're co-owners here. Zach and I had a strategy going through with this draft, and Zach said one thing and one thing only. In the first round, I must draft a running back, and I went with Des Bryant, completely obliterating our strategy. Am I upset about this? No. Have I spoken to Zach about it yet? No, I have not. He's going to be very upset. Lamar Miller is going to shock some faces this year, and I just really believe that, you know, this team is going to go places this year. And it's my first year in the league. I've observed the league from a distance in the past, and I'm really looking forward to kicking some ass.
There you have it. Motherfucking Zachinators. That's the draft partner. We sent a couple faxes to Berlin. We did not get any faxes back. Luckily, I stood outside the venue, and we got this out of Burrs. This is not an easy league to win. Standing next to me is one of the former champions, Matt Burzik, who went to Disney World after his victory. Matt, woo! How did the draft go tonight?
You know, for me, it went decent. You know, I came up short last year. I went for it all, cashed in all my picks. You know, I was short 4, 5, 6. I made the best of it. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. That's all I got for you now.
Hey, if anybody's making the playoffs, this guy's a candidate. From Berlin over to Africa, where this guy flew home to make the draft, that's dedication. Wins in this league are extremely tough to come by. I'm standing here with a guy who has 22 of them in the last 2 years. Adam, how did the draft go tonight?
You know, I gotta say, it was a great draft, largely thanks to my friend and COO, John Wank, who was able to fill in for me while I had to take a little breather coming home on the plane from Africa. John, tell him about the first couple rounds.
Well, the first round, running backs were flying off the board, so I took Julio Jones, Calvin Johnson with the first 2 picks.
Yeah, you got to feel really happy when you come. You start the draft with 2 premier receivers. Follow that up with keepers of Jeremy Hill and Mark Ingram. I think that we stayed really balanced throughout the rest of the draft. We kept receivers at a premium. We had some pretty strong running back picks late. We went late on quarterback, late on tight end. Ultimately, really happy about how we ended up.
Which brings us to our 2014 Super Bowl runner-up, good old Mr. Commish. Being a draft participant is tough. Being the commissioner is extremely difficult. I'm here with Brad. Brad, how did the draft go tonight?
Things were good. Running back's very scarce this year, though. You know, it's very tough. You have to take a lot of chances, a lot of good running backs. Rookie running backs were good last year. Melvin Gordon, TJ Yeldon went early this year. It'll be interesting to see kind of what happens with the rookies. Excited for a fun season.
That's BS. I'm Cess. And finally, Dan White at 12, your reigning fantasy football champion. Every year, only one team can win. I'm here with last year's winner, $1,800 richer, Dan White. Dan, why is your team so good this year?
You know, I have a lot of young studs that I think are going to step up this year. Amari Cooper, Amir Abdullah. I think they're going to be great breakout players, and they're sleepers, and I got them like pretty good draft round, I think. you know, I locked up elite running back, elite receiver, and I have these young guys coming up. So, you know, fuck you guys. Dan White's taking me again.
Dan White, nice hands, nice picks. And it's like I'm in this horrible Silence of the Lambs murder hole, but I gotta put on a jacket? Really? Are you kidding me? You know how hot it is down here? I'm Robbie Cess, and that's what I'm saying.